All right, just a words up. This video will contain some Aussie bogan language. All right, I'm an Aussie bogan. I'm a cyclist, and I love riding. I love helping people with cycling. So put your earphones in if you're at work or whatever, because there's going to have some Aussie bogan slang language. And maybe it's better the kids don't hear it. All right, so I'm reading out a question I got yesterday, a comment on one of my GCN criticism videos involving Chris Rim, etc. Rim brakes, the usual. I don't understand. This is Malcolm writing this, and I appreciate criticisms. This is a fair question. And so Malcolm says, I don't understand what's wrong with promoting top-end tech. This is regarding my criticisms of the latest junk out there from Specialized, Cannell, Trek, Cervelo, Pinarello, etc. The GCN push out there that is an upgrade when it's not. Malcolm, this stuff that GCN pushes and other people push on their audience is not top-end tech. Yes, it's top-price tech, but top price in 2023 does not mean top tech, all right? It's top crap. It's top deck bullshit, okay? These new bikes from all the top brands, the popular brands, the World Tour brands, could be Orbea, could be, Look, could be Road Disc with this integrated head, the integrated blah, blah, blah. It's fucking not top tech, bro. It's top tech bullshit, okay? It's top bullshit. It's crap, all right? It's heavier, it's slower, it's way stupidly expensive to replace. And here's the thing, all right? Here's the thing. I made a video a while back about that new Bianchi monstrosity with the freaking, the integrated bars and stem. The pro riders got to ride it. And I said, imagine how expensive and how it's going to break so easy. And sure enough, what happens? What was it, Flanders or something, or E3? Where that dude crashed his bike twice. First he cracked the left-hand bar, and then he got the spare bike, and then he cracked the right-hand bar. And even the riders like pointing at it, just like, obviously you can't say the truth because you got to look after the sponsors, you know, that's how it goes, don't bite the hand that feeds you. And anyway, and that's what happened. So what did that Bianchi sales rep, the Bianchi people say, hey guys, actually don't use the bars that we advertise as top deck shit. Actually use an alloy stem and an alloy bar. So now they've got the stems flipped like a noob, Floyd Landis style, which is fine because it gives you better stack height if you need it. You know what I mean? So go to Paris-Roubaix and look through the photos if you can find it. They're pretty sort of shoved down, and look at the alloy bars and stem that the Archaea team put on their Bianchis, which was a good move. It's a good move, but it just indicates to all those fucking noobs out there, the accountant kids or whatever, the rich kids, the parents pay them the money, or they get a MasterCard and get a 20 grand debt on their bike. It proves to all them that I was right. Not even I was right. That alloy bars and stem is just a fucking better choice. Okay? Alright? This integrated shit is a fucking head fuck. It's a nightmare. So Malcolm, it's not top tech, bro. It's not top tech. If the Bianchi Ultra was top tech, why the fuck is the pro riders going back to alloy bar and stem for Paris-Roubaix? It ain't top tech. It's top tech bullshit. Okay? Yes, it's not for everyone. It's for the fucking... I'll get to that in the point. I'll read it out. Yes, it's not for everyone. Yes, it's very pricey and proprietary, but this is actual top-end racing stuff. If it was top-end racing stuff, why did they change it in the race? Why did they... You know what I mean? Like look at just a couple of years ago with Tadej Pogacar, all right, Tadej... He would switch to his rim brake bike when it mattered in the stages, all right? 2020, 2021, etc. And then eventually the colonizers like, hey guys, like, you know, no, disc only, all right? Now all the brands are like disc only. But there was a small snapshot, 2019 World Championships, where riders could ride almost what they wanted. And you sort of see a couple of BMC riders turn up with their rim brake BMC ride, their rim brake bikes to the 2019 World Champs, all right? You saw even Rowan Dennis turn up with a different bike, okay? So it's like, when they have the options, the riders will choose it. But now the options are really screwed down, okay? And unless it's coming from the top, the riders have to sort of follow the rules. Like back in the day, you know, they'd use the FWB, or whatever it was, those tubulars, and they'd scratch it out and put a Specialized sticker over there. That wouldn't happen as much these days because everyone's got a camera and it's on the internet. So these days it's more strict what the rider's allowed to ride. This top level expensive tech also does move the industry forward. It gives the makers money to research and innovate. Dude, you're such a fucking noob. You're such a fucking noob. And you've got Dunning-Kruger. And I don't hate you, and I might sound arrogant and angry, but I'm not. I'm just passionately disappointed at how fucking gullible you are, bro. All right, this stuff. Let's circle back to the Bianchi. We'll go to Canyon in a minute, and Cervelo and Cannondale. There's a guy on YouTube called Raul Lucia Technic. All right, he's a carbon space engineer. He's a carbon fucking guru. And look at his criticism of the bikes as well. He's not as boganish as my presentations, but he's a qualified person, and he also agrees with pretty much everything I say. It's a cat fight here about these new bikes. They're absolutely not top tech. Okay, top tech marketing. The marketing's top tech. The product is top level bullshit. All right, so understand the difference, man. You're just basically gaping your cheeks to marketing department, Malcolm, and just whatever they say, putting in there, you're putting it in there. All right. Well, yeah, this is top tech. This is what the marketing says. You're one of those guys that cycling tips made fucking millions off. You're one of those guys at GCN that they get fucking horny over because you just believe anything they fucking say, and you hand over your money, you hand over your MasterCard, and you'll buy the shit, and the sponsors will be happy, and everyone's at that top level wins. And you, my friend, you fucking lose because you're left with the Bianchi bars that snap. You're left with the Canyon seat post that slips on your air road, the latest tech from Canyon, and the fucking handlebars that fail. Just ask Matthew Van Der Poel, you know? And the seat post in the latest Canyon, it erodes like dental erosion if you get a bit of grit in there. Now, I understand most of these guys who are buying these wank level bikes these days don't ride in the rain, but for the people out there who do ride in the rain, such as yours truly, we want shit that lasts and is durable. This bike here is a Windspace SLC 27.2 seat post, baby. 27.2 seat post. You know, I can put a Thompson, put whatever the fuck I want in there, 27.2. Good to go. Standard seat clamp, good to go. I've snapped that fork, easy one to find or replace, okay? Bars and stem, this bike's like under 6 kilos, man, right? What bike out there, anyway, it doesn't move the industry forward, bro, all right? These new bikes, they move the industry fucking down, and read the forums, watch the videos, look at the crashes. The industry is going fucking downhill. Talk to the people who own bike shops. They're thinking these bikes are shit, all right? That all the mechanics think these latest bikes are shit. All of them, if they're going to be honest with you, okay? Now, understand people got to bullshit because they've got to pay the rent. But, you know, if you know, you know. If everyone rode, now Malcolm says, if everyone rode steel bikes with rim brakes, would have no progress, and the racing results would still be there where they were 20 years ago. Hang on. I'm not saying people should ride steel bikes. Steel bikes are cool, but when I want performance and lightweight, I'm going carbon or alloy, bro. Steel is just too heavy, all right, for what I want it for. And rim brakes, tell me what road race is better with disc brakes. Fucking zero, bro. Disc brakes are heavier, they're slower, all right, the wheel changes are shit, they're less aeros, there's more drag, okay? There's no advantage to a road racer with disc brakes. Oh, but the marketing department doesn't even fucking ride, bro. All right? How many people that specialize in employing marketing department are actually fucking diehard cyclists? They're not. Because if I was in that marketing department, I'd be like, hang on, hey, well, this new ethos is bullshit. Let's do a rim brake option, and that will be the shit, okay? And actually it'll be an SL2 or an SL1. Tarmac from back in the day. 27.2, BSA. You know, it's crazy, bro. All right, rim brakes are far superior for road. Disc for dirt, rim for road. You can disagree with me, but you're still going to be wrong. Okay, and it would have no progress, and the racing results would still be where they were 20 years ago, dude. What are you on about? Like, the racing results, first place is first place, whether it's 2003 or 2023. First place is first place. In cycling, it's not running, bro. No one in cycling's trying to break the 10,000 meter or the 5,000 meter, all right? There's no prize for the fastest ascent of Alpe d'Huez, okay? Because it gets raced with different tactics, different winds, different temperatures, whatever. But there's a prize for the world, there's a prize or there's bragging rights for who breaks the marathon world record, who does a 10,000 or 5,000 feet. The average speed was almost as high in 2005 as it is today. But the races were different back then in terms of tactics. Now it's like people want sponsors you know, they're going from the gun pretty much, okay? And the drugs are bad. Oh, there's no drugs in cycling. Malcolm would say there's no drugs in cycling. We got rid of Lance Armstrong. We got rid of the drugs. No, dude, the drugs are way better than they are now. We understand the drugs are better now than they ever were. We understand the pharmacokinetics of drugs way better than we did 20 years ago, okay? 20 years in drug tech and deployment of drugs, pharmacokinetic understanding in the athletes in 20 years, man, we're fucking way ahead. Look at all the swimming records, running track records, okay? The 5,000 meter, 10,000 meter, the marathon, okay? Oh, it's because of the Nike Alpha Fly. Lace to the person who's on the good shit, okay? But again, these people are thinking, there's no drugs in sport. They do drug testing. That's like saying, no one drink drives anymore because there's police with the radars and they test people's blood for alcohol. No one drink drives anymore. No one steals from shops anymore because there's cameras, there's security guards, and there's tags on the clothing. No one steals anymore. No one does drugs in cycling. They do tests at the Olympics, don't they? These fucking noobs, man. These noobs only put a bucket of ice water over them. All right, so and then Malcolm finishes up. Then there's experience. When I bought my carbon bike with electronic group set, it was so much better than my old regular alloy rim brakes. I agree, bro. I agree, all right? But it depends on, yeah, I mean, which carbon bike, though? But Di2 does feel nice. But here's the thing, though, man. Malcolm isn't a bike mechanic. I'm a bike mechanic, all right? I can tune my SRAM Red or my Shimano, whatever, mechanical shit, almost as good as Di2. In Christmas, in crispness, outside I get this shit, in crispness of shift change, I can get it almost as good, all right? Di2 is just faster, bang, 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 okay? Because you have the friction of the cable and things like that. But what you got old mate here is, he's riding some bike that's poorly maintained, probably like, the derailleur hanger's bent, all right? He has no fucking idea because he's not an experienced rider yet, which is everyone at the start. We're all noobs at the start. Right? I was a fucking noob. Some of the shit I used to do on my bike, I thought, what the fuck was I thinking? All right? And then he jumps to a brand new bike that's properly tuned. He goes, oh my God, the technological advances. But mate, Malcolm, if you gave me your old rim brake bike, your old alloy rim brake bike, and I made some adjustments to that and tuned it up and gave it back to you, you'd be like, damn, there's actually not a surprising amount of difference here. And we put the same tyres on there, the same PSI, and the same saddle angle, and you know, going to be a good racing position for you. You'd be like, damn, there's actually not that much difference, you know what I mean? So, but you're thinking, oh, it's technological advances, but there's such a big gap because your old rim brake alloy bike, I dare say, was poorly maintained, okay? And then you go to a brand new bike, fresh out of the shop, that's tuned, dialed, ready to roll, and you look at the technological gap. But that gap is a lot smaller if your old bike was properly tuned. Does that make sense? But you don't understand that concept because you're not a bike mechanic. And you're not... I'm 46 in a few months. I've never had a driver's license. I'm on the bike pretty much every day, anywhere in the world I am, for transport. I don't do a lot of miles these days, but I'm on the bike every day. All right? Because if I got to get some fruit, or I got to pick up another bike or whatever, I've got to go to the post office, I'm on my bike because I can't be fucking walking. And I love riding. Anyway, Malcolm finishes up. What's wrong with someone wanting to have the bestest, lightest, swift, and techie bike there is in the market? It's nothing wrong with that, bro. That's why I got Windspace SLC. There's nothing lighter, there's nothing better, and there's nothing more swift than, in terms of brand new carbon bike today from the shop, than this. Windspace SLC. Is there a better carbon bike on the market? I can't think so. I mean, second-hand, the market's fucking wide open. But if you want something brand new, Windspace SLC, is there something better, carbon? Brand new in the shop or online? I don't know about that. You know, as lightest. There's nothing from Specialized as light as this. There's nothing from Cannondale as light as this. There's nothing from Cervelo, from Pinarello, from Colnago, from any of those brands. There's nothing, absolutely nothing that's going to be as light as this. Specialized Athos looks like a porker compared to this. All right? Because it's got disc brakes. Disc brakes just add the weight. Oh, but I can get, my disc brake bike is 6.8 kilo and it cost me $20,000. Great. And this one here cost me, was it 5,000 or less? And it's about 6 kilo. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you can get your disc brake bike light if you're prepared to sell a couple kidneys, but my rim brake bikes will still be lighter. And so would your rim brake bike be lighter than your disc brake. Rim is always lighter. Spec for spec, rim's always lighter. It's faster, it's easy to live with. Anyway, so Malcolm wraps up. It's the cheap tech advocates like you that kill cycling. I'm not sure this guy's just, he knows my buttons and he's pushing them really well. But he's Malcolm, you did push my buttons. It's the cheap tech advocates like yourself that kill cycling. The industry can't progress without a money flow. Yeah, the economics can't progress, but what we're seeing is people going out of cycling because they're new cyclists, they get into it, they get a Canyon bike, the seat post slips, their friend or family's like, oh, your brand new bike, why aren't you riding it? Oh, I've got to send it back for warranty. For warranty, what? Oh, damn, cycling's a lot of faff around, isn't it? It's dangerous, you get wet, you get hungry, you get saddle sores, then your bike fucks up, you get a flat tire, fuck cycling, fuck that. That doesn't help cycling move forward, man. Do you know how many people I've got into cycling? Because they see my happy, cheesy, corny face, grinning, ride my bike around, because I don't have problems with it as much, because I've got the stuff that works versus the new crappy tech. So the industry, yes, it's moving forward in terms of money and profits, but eventually that's going to drop off, okay? It's going to drop off, you'll see, massively. It's the cheap tech advocates like you kill cycling. Bro, here's the reality, right? Cycling, definition of cycling is person on a bicycle, all right, riding along. The majority of the bikes in the world cost under $300 brand new, all right? India, China, those people who, the billions of people who cycle every day are not riding, Cervelo fucking wank tanks, dentist bikes. They're not, okay? That's the modern day barrister dentist bike industry. Let's call that. The dentist bike industry is quite a small niche in terms of percent of cycling versus, but again, this is where these guys like Malcolm, they think that their fucking Cervelo disc brake bike and their fucking map jersey and their POC helmet or whatever and their $500 sunnies, they think that only they exist. They forget about the billions of people in Africa, Asia and India who ride bikes every day for transport. They are cyclists. That is cycling as well, buddy. All right? So yeah, dentist bike industry. I want the dentist bike industry to stay there, but I want the dentists and the fat barristers and the accountants, I want them to have a good cycling experience, all right? I want them to have bikes like this because they're like, damn, this bike's really good and it's easy to live with. And my mechanic likes to see me when I drop the bike off versus the mechanic like, oh my God, his seat post is slipping it down again. We just fixed that last week, fuck, Being a mechanic and earning money from doing the same job again and again is good for your finances, but it's not good for your soul, all right? When you work on the same fucking bike problem all the time, it's like, fuck, man. And when it's the design flaw, it's like, this shit gets boring, all right? When I tune a derailleur hanger or do a cable or whatever, or change some tires out, like, I enjoy doing that. But when someone gives me my Canyon post is slipping, I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? Let's put some cricket bat tape in there, but eventually you have to replace the frame and fork, or the frame and seat post rather, because it's going to erode. It's like, it shouldn't be done like that, all right? So Canyon, Specialized, Cervelo, etc. Look at the recalls they've had, and their recalls prove that their quality control is fucking bullshit. Their testing is fucking bullshit. This is my opinion. Because how the fuck do you release a product out there that has all these major flaws? How did Canyon not know their seat posts would be slipping and have issues with water ingress and erosion? I even called that before I even saw the bike in real life. Remember that? I said, that seat post looks sus. Boom, fair enough. People in the forums, dude, Ryder was no shit. 6 months later, dude, Ryder. Just stick with the fucking what works, man. 27.2, all right? 27 fucking 2. That's what fucking works, okay? The standard 1.25 inches, 1.8 inches. That shit fucking works, okay? Standard bar and stem, that fucking works. It works best. Right? It doesn't just work, it works fucking best. It's easy to live with. When I ride my road bike, I just want peace of fucking mind. I want safety, I want performance, yeah? I want to feel that road. I want to eat the hills. I don't have this rubbing fucking road shit. I don't have a sluggish bike, all right? If I want a sluggish bike, I'll jump on my mountain bike and do trails, okay? The road is about lightweight, The road is about being aero, and having more spokes in your front wheel with a fucking disc rotor is slower feeling, okay? If you know, you know, all right? If you know, you know. But these guys like Malcolm, and we love Malcolm, we wish Malcolm the best, but guys like Malcolm, they don't know yet, all right? But they pretend they know, okay? So they rock up on the Cervelo, they don't wear gloves, they put their jersey all the way up and they fucking suffocate themselves. No gloves, just riding along because that's what everyone else does. And they've got their white socks and white shoes because that's what everyone else does. And as soon as the fashion changes, they change like the wind. Just boom, 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 all right? They just follow the fucking crowd because they're sheep, all right? And it's good they're not grazing in a paddock in New Zealand. But again, we're trying to help the sheep, okay? Because sheep, I want sheep to have a good experience when they ride their bikes. So Malcolm, you're just a sheep right now. You're Dunning-Kruger is affecting your choices. You probably don't know what Dunning-Kruger means. But please, listen to people like myself who've been in the industry a long time. We're never going away. We love cycling. I love getting people into it. Everyone needs to ride a nice bike. Everyone deserves that. We need less cars on the road and more bikes on the road. This new wanky top tech shit is bullshit. It's killing the barrister dentist cycling vibes, and it trickles down tech, and then the recreational cyclists like, oh, these bikes are shit, and I'm not riding, too much drama. I jump in the car, catch the bus, okay? That's the truth, bro. Lance Armstrong was the best thing for cycling ever in terms of Western cycling, all right? He just gave it so much clout, and the bikes were fucking mint, and everything was great. And this new road disc shit is a fucking disgrace. It needs to go. GCN need to fucking have some integrity, especially some of those GCN presenters out there. They know the fucking truth, man. Cy, bro, come on, man. There's no way 10 years ago, if you got given a disc brake road bike, you would have used it. You'd be like, this is slow and shit. 2-minute wheel changes? Fuck that. I ain't doing this shit. So Cy, all the other guys, not just all of you reporters out there, all you channels out there, Cam Nichols, etc., all of them, just top of my head. All right, not trying to target anyone here. But all of you guys, Francis Cade, all you guys talking absolute fucking bullshit when it comes to, this is my new Willia, this is my new Scott, it's a fucking, it's a monstrosity of a bike, all right? And you know it. You know to work on that, all right? Well, I've swapped headsets out up the top of Norton Summit, all right? Someone's like, Harley, my headset's fucked. I'm like, okay, meet me at top of Norton Summit tomorrow, bring your headset from the shop, and I'll put in your bike for you, all right? I wouldn't be doing that in a fucking Cervelo S5, one of these new ones or whatever. I'd be like, go see, go see Sam Bicycle Express. No, they'll do it for you. It might cost you $100 because it's a long job, okay? I ain't swapping your headset out up top of Norton Summit. But if you got a standard bike like this and do a headset change, we can do it on top of Norton Summit. It's an Allen key and a rag. Maybe a bit of grease if we got it, all right? A bit of olive oil. That's what I'm talking about. I've done headset swaps at the top of Norton Summit. Do you know how many bikes I've fixed for free on the side of the road? Because I love it, because these bikes are easy to work on. This new top tech shit, it's a fucking disgrace, man. It's absolute bullshit. And you can disagree with me, but you're still going to be wrong. Anyway, that's the deal. I'm touching you for the phone. Thanks. You know what I mean? So Malcolm, mate, all right? It's, God, go and ride a bike like this, bro, all right? Maybe you don't even have one of these top tech bikes, all right? Have you even ridden any of these? Okay? Before you do a bike test, you got to have power meters on your bike, okay? And look at the test I've done with power meters, where I ride the SL7 S-Works and I ride a Windspace or whatever, or an SL2 S-Works, and I do the laps, or we do proper tests. GCN, for whatever reason, recently they don't do any power data, all right? They don't have two riders side by side. They do it at different times, and if you do the test at different times with just one rider, you got different wind, you got different conditions, you have different variables. The data is corrupted, okay? So even Peak Talk did a video. Normally Peak Talk's onto it. I think he did a video review, I think he did, where he was reviewing disc versus rim or something, and it's just him doing it, but he did it at different times, so there's different winds, so you don't know, I think he used power meter as well. But you always got to do power, and you always got to have two riders sort of, apart, so they're not getting draft, and then swap bikes, do the course again. Swap bikes, do the course again, and then get the averages up, okay? So if there's any wind variables, at least you got two riders on that same road at the same time, not drafting, where that data is more accurately viable. It is a fucking nightmare. These new bikes out there, it's like, damn, they're a fucking disgrace. And the prices, man, and they go slower, okay? They go slower. It's like, I even had to talk to a guy, he's like, oh no, Harley, I disagree. I got one of these new bikes and it's faster. Like, what do you mean? He goes, I did my loop with the guys on the weekend and went faster than my other bike. And I'm like, you did it in a group and you went faster. And you're comparing a group ride where you're chasing each other down versus a solo ride. Yeah, I was like, dude, you're drafting and you're racing, you're pushing way high watts. I don't know. I do know, dude, you were, okay? So it's like, but that's the people, they don't have this scientific variable understanding. They just like, give someone with fucking, Malcolm probably had 60 PSI on his tyres. Has no idea how much PSI is running. Then he jumps on a new bike with 120 or 100 PSI. Goes, oh, this feels a lot better. Top tack. Okay, so understand the variables in life, people. Understand the variables. Be objective. Be objective. Guys like Malcolm aren't objective. They're very subjective, and they're so naive, and they're so vulnerable to the marketing departments like Specialized, etc. I would say Specialized is not even a bike brand anymore. I would say Specialized is a marketing brand that sells bicycle stuff. All right. They used to be a bike brand that had really good marketing, but now it feels like it's a marketing department that sells bike stuff. And a lot of that bike stuff Specialized sell, especially their road shit and their cross-country mountain bike shit, the dual suspension ones, like the Epics, absolute fucking fail. All right? And it's not just Specialized. It's all those big brands. It's Trek, it's Cannondale. It's all my favorite brands are going down fucking hill.